Good, happy Saturday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's begin. New Hampshire State Police arrest man with 21 pounds of marijuana. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
What, these both support the immune system?
Too many choices? Well, along with digestive health, Florastor provides an extra layer of immune support.
Really?
Unlike many other probiotics, Florastor stimulates the production of IgA.
IgA?
Oh, IgA is a protein that promotes health and defense against infection.
All right. I'll try it.
Woo! See you later, ladies. Let's go. Be biotic with Florastor.
Traffic stop on I-95 in Northampton leads to a big discovery. State police found 21 pounds of marijuana in the trunk of a vehicle. 27-year-old Jacob Lemieux, who is from Sydney, Maine, was arrested. He's been charged with possession of a controlled drug with intent to distribute.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Pedestrian suffers life-threatening injuries in Boston crash. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Serious crash. Witnesses tell us that man was crossing East Broadway here at the crosswalk at H Street when he was hit by that car around 6 o'clock tonight. Police did tow a Volvo SUV that appeared to have a cracked windshield. There was also some damage to the driver's side headlight. At least one other car then rear-ended that Volvo. Witnesses say that man lay motionless in the street after the crash. He was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries as police reconstructed the violent collision.
This is an area where you're coming up a hill and your visibility is a little bit impaired compared to other parts of the city where it's flat. So, and in Southie where it's flat. So it's hard. You just have to be on the lookout all the time.
Of course, it has been a rainy night out here. That is one of many factors police are looking at right now as they try to determine exactly what happened here.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Fans pack Cross Insurance Arena for basketball tournament. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
Oh, you don't look so hot. Rough night? Ugh. Oh, well, actually that's the problem. You're on antibiotics. Antibiotics can kill the good bacteria as well as the bad, and that's bad news for your tummy, unless you use Florastor. Unlike many other probiotics, it's naturally resistant to antibiotics and protects the good bacteria in your body. So, take some Florastor. Doctors, well, my orders. Be biotic, and drink plenty of fluids.
No spoilers, Steve, I'll tell you that. I leave the game action to Travis. But it was packed here earlier tonight. The music was cranking, and this arena was filled with fans of all ages.
It's tournament time in May, and there was plenty of hype at Cross Insurance Friday night. For Jay Allen, it was just about enjoying some low-pressure hoops after his daughters played earlier in the week. But for others,
very intense, you know, and people are very excited right now. having a blast. Everyone's into it.
For the Sanderson family, tonight was like looking into their future.
We have kids that are playing basketball for Scarborough. They're not at high school level yet, but they'll get there eventually.
The family of four says they've gone to nearly every single home game. Gavin cheering on the Red Storm, decked in his Scarborough swag.
Towards the end, and I think we're going to win. Yeah, I get a little crazy.
But for Michael Fiorillo, tonight was about getting one step closer to a state title. His son Nick is a starter for Scarborough.
Been a lot of fun, a lot of anxiety for parents, but the kids have been handling it pretty well.
The arena filled with energy and excitement. There's no denying that Mainers love their high school hoops.
Yeah, in the state of Maine, because there's no professional sports teams like the Celtics, Bruins, high school is very important. In basketball and football, I see the two biggest sports in the state. And it's nice to see the communities come out and support the kids.
Stay tuned. Travis Lee will have all your highlights coming up in Hoops 8. But for now, live in Portland tonight, Erin Dixon, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Sounds like it was a fun event last night there. Grand jury returns new charges against former Trump campaign chairman. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
This is the only stable, uninterruptible power. Once we set this up, it can generate 30 years of power for the emergency room.
Major new development in the Russia investigation. Special counsel Robert Mueller filing new charges against two former Trump campaign officials, Paul Manafort and Rick Gates. And the major question still unanswered tonight, is Rick Gates considering entering a plea and cooperating with Mueller? Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, tonight.
Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort and his deputy, Rick Gates, tonight facing new charges as the special counsel turns up the heat in his investigation. A new 32-count superseding indictment just filed tonight, adding new charges of tax evasion and bank fraud to the previous charge of money laundering brought last October. Manafort and Gates accused of funneling $75 million into offshore accounts, then hiding $30 million of it from the Treasury Department. Much of the money allegedly coming from Ukrainian politicians with close ties to the Kremlin. Prosecutors say that Manafort and Gates laundered millions and failed to pay taxes in order to live lavish lives, including spending more than $500,000 at a clothing store in Beverly Hills and more than $200,000 on 4 Range Rovers. And they claimed that some of the fraud took place while the two were part of the Trump campaign. The new charges come at a highly decisive moment in the investigation, as questions mount about whether Gates will enter a plea deal and flip to cooperate with investigators.
And Pierre Thomas with us tonight live from Washington. And Pierre, both Manafort and Gates have pleaded not guilty, but you have reported here that Gates has been involved in talks about a possible plea deal and possible cooperation with Mueller.
David, until now, those talks have been inconclusive. But make no mistake, tonight Gates is under incredible pressure. Even before these new charges, he was facing up to 20 years in prison. And David, he has a very young family.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.